4.2, addition and subtraction with decimals. When adding or subtracting decimals, you must always line up the decimal point. Okay, I'm going to highlight a couple of important pieces. When adding or subtracting, you must always line them up. Okay, always. So, add $8.50 plus $1.25. So we have 8 decimal point 50, and we want to make sure that we line up the decimal. So I like to put the decimal sometimes in ahead of time, and we have $1.25, so $1.25. Adding them up, you should have columns that you can easily see. 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. Bring down your decimal point. 8 plus 1 is 9. So our answer is $9.75. Let's look at example 2. Example 2 has 25 and 43 hundredths, 25 decimal point, 43 hundredths, plus 2 decimal point, there's your decimal point, 897 thousandths. And then the decimal point is important because we have 379, so that 973, and then 6/10. And we're going to add those together. Now it's important that you line them up because anywhere there's a blank is really a 0. So let's check our columns to see if we have them. There's 1, 2, decimal point. So you should see your columns. 0 plus 7 plus 0 is 7. 3 plus 9 is going to give you 12. 1 plus 4 is 5. And then I'm going to skip to add 6, which is 11, plus 8 is 19. Carry the 1. Bring down your decimal point. 5 plus 1 is 6. 7, 8, plus 9 is 17. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 7 is 10. Carry the 1. And 3 plus 1 is 4. So our answer is 407 and 927 thousandths. Let's look at example 3. We have 8 and 13 hundredths plus 2 and 76 hundredths. Lining them up, we have 6 plus 3 is 9. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. There's nothing to add that to, so it's just 10. And that's our answer. One final addition example. We have 1 and 459 thousandths plus decimal point, because now we have a whole number that's bigger, 23 and 7/10. Add them up. We notice that we have 2 zeros missing here. So we have 9 plus 0 is 9. 5 plus 0 is 5. 4 plus 7 is 11. Carry the 1. Bring down your decimal. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5. And bring down your 2. 2 plus nothing is 2. So we get 25 and 159 thousandths. Now subtracting is going to be the same way, and you probably will need to borrow. So we'll have our subtracting, we'll line them up. We have 5 decimal point, 508. Take away 3 decimal point, 174. So 8 take away 4 is 4. 0 minus 7 we can't do, so we're going to borrow. 5 take away 1 is 4. Add 10 to here, so we have 10. take away 7 is 3. 4 take away 1 is 3. Decimal point. 5 take away 3 is 2. So our answer is 2 and 334 thousandths. Let's try one that's a little harder. When we're looking at this next one, we want to understand that we have 21 and 9/10. So 21 decimal point 9. Take away 1 and 605 thousandths. Anywhere there isn't a 0 is always recommended to put it in so that you can see how to subtract it by hand. When you have these zeros here, you need to remember that you're going to the buddy, which would be 9, to turn it into 8. Then this becomes 10, and I'm actually going to cross it off and write 10. Okay? But it doesn't help this one until you cross off your 10 and make it a 9. Then this becomes your 10. 10 take away 5 is 5. 9 take away 0 is 9. 8 take away 6 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. And you can feel free to put in a 0 here as well. Let's try some more. Example 7. We have 17 and 1/10. Take away 11 and 457 thousandths. Now when we do this, we should see that we need to fill in a couple of zeros. Filling in your zeros, see if you can subtract and convert and borrow on your own. If you figured out the first part, you're going to go from here to the 1, and you're going to cross it off and borrow from the 1 and make it a 0. I know that that's scary because it's 0, but it's okay. When you borrow from here, you made this 10. When you borrow from that 10, you make it 9, and this becomes your 10. 10 take away 7 is 3. 9 take away 5 is 4. But now we can't do 0 take away 4. So we have to borrow from the 7 and make it 6. Now it's 10 take away 4, which is 6. 6 take away 1, which is 5, and 1 minus 1 is 0. We're done. Let's look at number 8. We have 39 and 812 thousandths. Take away 14 and 236 thousandths. We'll have to borrow from the 2 and take 1 from the 1 to make it 0, and 2 becomes 12. 12 take away 6 is 6. Now, because we cannot do 0 minus 3, we're going to borrow from the 8, take it and make it a 7, and add 10 to this, so we have 10 take away 3 to get 7. Now we do 7 take away 2 to get 5. Decimal point. 9 take away 4, which is 5, and 3 minus 1 is 4. The next one is 5 and 9/10. Take away 3 decimal point 0, 8, 1, 4. And I spread it out because I know that I'm going to have to fill in my zeros. So I know I have a 0 above each of these. And now I can subtract. I'm going to have to go all the way to the 9 and make it into an 8. When I borrowed 1 from there, this became 10. When I borrowed from the 10 and made it a 9, this became 10. When I borrowed from the 10 and made this a 9, this became 10. And now I could solve 10 take away 4 to get 6. 9 take away 1, get 8. 9 take away 8 to get 1. 8 minus 0 is 8. And 5 take away 3 is 2. And that's our answer. Let's try with some words. Subtract 3 and 9/100ths from the sum of 9 and 5 and 472 thousandths. Let's translate that first. It says subtract 3 and 9/100ths from this part right here. When you have the word from, that word in particular is a turnaround word. It tells you that this whole piece is going to go to the end of it. It's from it. So this whole piece is at the beginning, but it's actually going to go jump to the end. So we're going to skip this part and we're going to focus on the next part, which is the sum of. Sum means add, and that goes right here where the and is. So we have 9 plus 5 and 472 thousandths, and then we're going to from subtract it, so minus 3 and 9/100ths. So we're going to add first, and when we add, we have 9, which is a decimal point after it, because it's a whole number, and 5.472. We're going to add those together. Remember, we have zeros here. So 0 plus 2 is 2, 0 plus 7 is 7, 0 plus 4 is 4, and 9 plus 5 is 14. So now that we've added this together, we're going to bring the rest of this down. Minus 3 and 9/100ths. So what is 14 and 472 thousandths take away 3 and 9/100ths? So we're going to line it up. We have 14 decimal point 472 take away 3.09. We're going to fill in that 0 for it, and we're going to subtract. 2 take away 0 is 2. 7 take away 9, we have to borrow from the 4 and make it a 3, so we have 17 take away 9 to get 8. 3 minus 0 is 3, decimal point. 4 take away 3 is 1, and 1 minus 0 is 1. So our answer is 11 and 382 thousandths. So we took this and we started it here. Let's look at example 11. We have 8 plus 0 and 2 thousandths plus 3 and 1/10 plus 0 and 4/100ths. Let's line it all up. We have 8 decimal point. 0.002, 3 decimal point 1, and 0.04, all being added together. And we have to fill in a lot of zeros. So we have a 0, 0, 0 here. There's a couple of zeros after the 1, and a 0 after the 4. Now we have everything lined up. Let's add it up. 0 plus 2 plus 0 plus 0 is 2. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4 is 4. 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0 is 1. And 8 plus 0 plus 3 plus 0 is 11. And our answer is 11 and 142 thousandths. Real world application. Example 12. Your meal at the school cafeteria costs $3.45. Your friend's meal costs $3.90. You pay for both meals with a $10 bill. How much change do you receive? So let's write that out. You have $10. You're going to pay, which means you're going to subtract from it, the cost of your lunch, which is $3.45, and the cost of your friends, which is $3.90. So if the person that was ringing you up would add those together, because they would charge you for the one and then charge you for the other, and then put in the cash register that you're paying with the $10 bill, and it would spit out how much you owe. So the very first thing that you need to do is you need to add these together. $3.45 and $3.90. When you add them together, 5 plus 0 is 5. 4 plus 9 is 13. 3 plus 3 plus 1 is 7. So it costs you $7.35 for both lunches. We're going to bring this down. So now we're thinking $10, take away the cost of the two lunches. Well, $10, you have to remember, is 10.00. And you need to line that up with your $7.35 underneath it. Now I'm going to borrow. I need to go all the way to the 1 to borrow. So I'm going to make that 0, and the next one becomes 10. Now that I have 10, I'm going to cross that 10 off and make it a 9, and this becomes my 10. It doesn't help me with that 5 yet, so I'm going to cross off that 10, make it a 9, and the last one becomes 10. 10 take away 5 is 5. 9 take away 3 is 6. And 9 minus 7 is 2. So you get $2.65 in change. Example 13. The Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool is approximately rectangular. It's about a rectangle. So here's your rectangle for the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. Its width is 50.9 meters. Okay, so let's draw a new rectangle. Its width is 50.9. The width is this part here. So 50.9. Its length, the long side, is 618.44 meters. 618.44 on both sides. You walking the perimeter of the pool, meaning you're going to start from one part of it. Here's me. And I'm going to walk all the way around the pool to where I started. About how many meters do you walk? This means if you're doing perimeter, you're going to add all the sides. So let's figure out what our perimeter is. We have 50.9 because we've walked the first side. Then we have 618.44. Then we walk 50.9 again. And then we walk again 618.44. Let's add it all up to represent our perimeter, filling in those zeros where we need it. 4 plus 4 is 8. 9 plus 4 is 13, so 13 plus 13 is going to give us 26. Carry the 2. bring down your decimal. 0 plus 8 plus 0 plus 8 is 16, plus 2 is 18. 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13. And 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13. So how many meters do you walk? You walk a total of 1,338 and 6/800 meters. Here's another problem like the last one. We just did in example 12. So what we did in example 12 is the beginning of what we're going to do now. You stopped to have lunch with a friend at a coffee shop. The bill for the lunch is $15.64. You have a $20 bill. So this is just like example 12 for this part right here. This is what you paid, this is how much you have. For change, you receive 4 $1 bills, a quarter, a nickel, and a penny. Did you get the correct change? So the first thing that we need to know is, what did you get for change? So how much did you get? You have 4 $1 bills, so that's $4, plus a quarter, which is 0.25, plus a nickel, which is 0.05, and a penny. So we'll write plus 0.01. When you put all that together, you're going to have 4 decimal point 0, 0, 0.25, 0.05, and 0.01. You're going to add those together. So 0 plus 5 plus 5 plus 1. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 1 plus 2 is 3. And 4 plus 0 is 4. So you have $4.31. You're going to take that and you're going to figure out if this is the correct change. Starting with what we started here. You had $20. You're subtracting $15.64. So I'm going to borrow from the 2 because it's the first number I can borrow from and make it a 1. That means this 0 becomes 10. I'm going to borrow from that 10, make it a 9. This 0 becomes my 10. I'm going to borrow from that 10, make it a 9, and then this 0 becomes my 10. 10 take away 4 is 6. 9 take away 6 is 3. 9 minus 5 is 4. This is how much change you should get. This is your change you received. So we would respond as the answer because the question was, is your change correct? And the answer is no. The correct change is $4.36. You need 5 more cents, a nickel. And that is 4.2, addition and subtraction with decimals.